friends. Your iPhone or your iPad come with a lot of built-in apps. And when you go exploring the App Store, you can get lots and lots more. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to arrange those apps on the screen so that they're most useful to you? Maybe you find you use some apps more than others and you'd like to have those available to you right from that dock at the bottom of the screen. Wouldn't it be nice to move some apps that you don't really use, get those out of the way? Let's go take a look at how we can arrange the icons on the home screens and make it work so that the iPhone or iPad is truly yours. Okay, so our goal is to be able to rearrange the home screens to the way you would like them. We're going to start with moving icons around on a particular home screen. Then I'll talk about how to move one icon from a particular home screen to another home screen. I'll talk about how to move an icon down to the dock. That's this special row of icons at the bottom of the screen that's always available no matter which home screen you're on. Then we'll talk about how to make a folder. Now, a folder is just another way of arranging icons. Some people really like them, some people don't care for them. No matter what, you should at least know what a folder is, how to make them, and importantly, how to unmake them, because it's easy to accidentally make a folder. That's fine, no harm done. I'll show you how to do that and then how to undo it if it's not to your liking. So let's get started with rearranging icons on our home screens. So to get started, let's tell the iPhone or iPad that we want to start moving the icons around. We do that not by tapping on an icon, but by pressing and holding. So I'm going to press and hold, and I get this nice menu here. The one that we're interested in is the top option, Edit Home Screen. So I'll tap on Edit Home Screen, and now notice all of my icons are jiggling. Yes, that's an official Apple term. Get your icons jiggling. That's how you know you're ready to start moving apps around. Okay, so how do I move things around now that they're all jiggling? Watch my finger here. I'm going to grab this one by pressing on it, and as long as I keep my finger held down on that icon, I'm in control of it. Now notice that the iPhone is always going to arrange icons from the top left in rows and columns. So for example, if I wanted to leave this one down here, watch what's going to happen. Zing, it takes it back over here. It won't let me put apps just anywhere on the screen all higgledy-piggledy. It's going to keep them nice and ordered. Okay, so that's all fine and good. What if I wanted to move this app up here? Well, the important part here now is to move it between the apps and everything else will jump out of the way. If you move it on top of another app, that's where we're going to get into trouble, where we're going to make accidentally a folder. Again, not a big deal, but let's take it one step at a time here, and I'm going to move this one up between. So now I've got my finger on it, I'm in control. I'll move it up here, and there, everything jumped out of the way, and I can put it up there. So that's the first process. We've long pressed to get the apps jiggling. Now I grab the app I want, and I move it around. The next step would be to move these from one home screen to another. So let's say I wanted to move this one. I'll grab that icon and I want to move it to the next home screen over here. Well, the easiest way to do that is simply to use my other hand here, another finger, and watch what I'm doing. While I still have this one held down, I'm going to simply swipe, and now I'm at the other home screen, and I let it go, and I've moved it to the other home screen. I can do the same thing the other way. I'll grab this one and I'll go the other way. So I'm going to swipe this way and there it is. So you can move them from one home screen to the other by using two fingers. One to hold the app that you want to work with and the other finger to swipe whichever way you need to get to the home screen that you want and move that app around. The next thing we're going to want to try is what if I want to move something down here to this dock? Well, notice that right now the dock is full. I can't move anything else down there. If I grab this one and try to move it down here, it won't let me. There's no room. So what I have to do is first move something out of the way here. So let's say maybe I don't need messages down in that dock, so I'll grab this one and I'll move that out of the way. And now there's room for me to put this app down in the dock there. So you can choose whichever apps you want down here. I would certainly encourage you to leave apps like the telephone down here. Uh, Apple by default has the telephone app, messages, Safari, and the camera. You can certainly choose what you want down there, but I would encourage you to leave that telephone app down there. It's obviously one that is important. How do we stop them from jiggling now that we've done moving things around? Well, you simply press the home button and we're back to not jiggling. Okay, now let's get into a little bit more advanced stuff here, and that is talking about making folders and making a folder and unmaking a folder. So how do we make a folder? Well, we have to start by getting those icons jiggling again. Remember how we do that is not tapping on it, but pressing and holding, and I get this nice menu, and I edit home screen. All my apps are jiggling again. Now, maybe I want to put some of these apps together. I want to organize them. So to make a folder, what I do is I take the app that I want to be in the folder. Now I've got control of that app, and I move it directly on top of another app. So I'll move it directly on top of this app. And now notice it has made a folder, a special area, and it has named it Education. That's just a guess on the iPhone's part as to what these apps are all about. How do I rename that myself? Notice up here, if I tap on the little X, whatever it guessed goes away, and now I get the keyboard and I can name this Fun. That's good. I'll touch Done, and I'm done making that folder. Now, if I tap outside the folder here, notice what happens when I go back to the normal home screen. I have this new folder named Fun, and I have two tiny little icons in that folder that show me that they're together in that folder. How do I get at those icons? If I tap on that, it opens up the folder, and there they are. How do I close that folder? Tap somewhere outside the folder, and I'm back to the home screen. So that's how you make a folder. But this is easy enough to do by accident if you just simply drag one icon on top of the other one. Whoops, I've made a folder. That's not a big deal. No harm done. Let me show you how to unmake the folder that we just made. So once again, we need to get our icons jiggling. So we're going to press and hold. I'm going to now say Edit Home Screen. Notice my icons are nice and jiggling. So to undo this folder, I'm going to tap on the folder itself, and I'm going to grab one of those icons, and I'm going to drag it outside the folder. I'm back to my normal home screen now, and I let go, and I've got one more icon in there to take out. So I open that folder again by tapping on it. I grab that last icon in that folder, drag it out back to the normal home screen, let it go, and notice that folder has gone away. I'll tap my home button, my icons are done jiggling, and I've gotten rid of that folder. So we've looked at how do we get our icons jiggling to move them around. We press and hold, choose Edit Home Screen. From there, we can move icons on a screen. We can move icons from one screen to another screen, move them down to the dock. We can make a folder. We can unmake a folder. Now, there is one final thing that you should look at here. Notice these little X's in the corners of the icons. That's the way you can delete apps from your iPhone. So if I say I no longer want this app on my iPhone, I tried it out, and you know what? It just didn't work out for me. I can tap on if you don't do anything after a certain amount of time, it'll stop jiggling, and that's okay. Let's get them jiggling again. So I'll press and hold, and I'll say Edit Home Screen, and notice I have a little X in the corner here. If I want to get rid of this, I delete it from my home screen by tapping on that, and it's giving me a warning now, and you should pay attention to this. Notice what it's saying. It's saying delete, quote, Duolingo, which happens to be the app that I pressed on. And importantly here, it says deleting this app will also delete all of its data. And I have two options, cancel or delete. Notice delete is in red, warning, warning. If I choose delete here, what does it mean by its data will be deleted? That means any information that was stored in that app itself, not any information about your phone or other apps, but just data about that particular app would be deleted. All right, so for right now, I don't want to delete that one, so I'm going to choose cancel. That's how you would delete an app. You're good to go. I hope this makes using your iPhone a little bit more enjoyable.